We're having fun in here tonight. Okay. We're going to meet your next bucketful all together. It goes by the name of Joe Ellis. Joe Ellis. Joe Ellis.
My name is Joe Ellis. I have served in the military for 16 years as a Black Hawk pilot. Yep. Happy Pride. I've been fired by President Trump. He said, you're fired. Yep. So I figured I'd start my career in stand-up comedy. I hear it's very lucrative, so here I am, first time signing up, and this is exciting. I'm not sure if you could tell that I was trans. I'm always kind of self-conscious about my voice. I figured it'd give me away. But men I've been with lately actually said it was my dick. Yep, so that answered that question. Being fired is not the only surprise I've had this year. I was also accused of crashing my Blackhawk into an airliner in D.C. back in January. I don't know if you all saw that. It kind of blew up online. There it is, yeah. Yeah, trans terrorists that committed a murder-suicide, killing 67 people, including myself. And during the doxing process, when I was number 2 on Twitter that weekend, they found out I'm converting to Judaism. And so, trans and Jewish, if you haven't noticed, my hobby lately is collecting identities that people hate. Thank you.
Holy shit. Joe Ellis. I have 1,000 questions. I'm so excited you're here. Let's check in with Tim Butterly first. Tim?
It's just a crying shame that the military let a female Black Hawk pilot go just for having a white cock.
Yeah. That's a great point. You are a powerful presence, Joe Ellis. Welcome to the show. How long were you in the military for?
16 years.
16 years. And you really got released recently?
I am currently in the process of separation.
And how exactly were you informed why or how that happens?
They said, hey, you're a tranny, you're getting fucking kicked out.
Is that true?
I mean, they didn't say it like that, but the executive order came out and they said all trans out of the military, and I was one of them.
So 16 years, do you get like all your benefits and stuff? Is it kind of like a good separation?
Not really.
Really? What's the downside? Can you kind of explain it to us? Because we have no idea how it works.
I'm being discharged under a code that means I'm a national security concern.
Interesting.
Same thing that they discharged gay people out of during prior, don't ask, don't tell.
So how long, you've been in the military 16 years, how long of that were you a female? Does this make sense?
It does.
Okay.
So I transitioned in 2023 during the Biden administration when it was allowed. Mm-hmm. And then the new administration came in, they said, sorry, but because you did that, now you're disqualified.
So when you say that you transitioned, does that mean like you just let your hair grow out? Like what exactly does that mean?
Yeah, I started hormones. I call them my titty Skittles. Uh-huh. I grew these. These are natural. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got a face surgery, which I paid out of pocket for all this, $60,000 for this beautiful face.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've been shopping for vaginas lately, but I haven't done that yet.
What is the shopping process for vaginas like exactly?
It's crazy because I still kind of have like a guy brain, so like I shop it like I'm shopping for cars on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, oh, check out this one. I found out there's 2 types. Uh-huh. There's a full depth and a no depth.
Oh, why would anyone want a no depth?
I don't know, because it's like getting a Lamborghini without an engine. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
It's like having a little kiddie inflatable pool in your backyard instead of the deep dive with a diving board. Joe DeRosa is freaking out right now. We're going to let him ask this question. It's hard as a rock right now.
Can I beg you to not get the vagina? Don't ruin this beautiful thing you've done. Keep the wonderful cock. That's awesome.
Thank you. It does play well in certain demographics, like bi women, men in their 40s.
Demographic.
All right, we'll talk.
Yeah, Joe DeRosa famously got his dick sucked at Skankfest.
Hand job.
Oh no, that's not the story we heard.
Actually, was.
Yeah, you got a. Wait, you gave it a blowjob, right?
No.
No, you gave a blowjob.
Yes, he did. I didn't. I would tell you. I have no shame.
Right. It's for you, Joe Ellis. So I've always wondered what this thing is like. So, first of all, like, when did you start to think that you're a woman? Like, was it when you were a kid, or is it something that...
Yeah, so 5 years old, I had symptoms, but because I grew up in a conservative, homeschooled religious household, my dad worked for Pat Robertson at CBN, you know, that kind of environment.
Yeah, that's extreme.
I didn't know what it was. I just thought it meant I was a bad person.
Right.
And then when I was in Army training in SEER school, which is an intense survival school, I was locked in a box, as they do, for about 12 hours.
You were locked in a box? Were you locked in any bags? Were you locked in bags and boxes?
Yeah.
Bags and boxes.
Everyone just won $1 million. It's a reference from earlier. Don't worry about it. Okay, so you were locked in a box.
And very hungry, very tired, and that's when I just started having these epiphanies that, like, I couldn't push it away anymore because I was so exhausted. I was like, oh, shit, I think this means I'm trans. I guess I have to deal with this when I get out, and I sought therapy, and that's how it started. So you could say the Army trans me.
Very interesting. Why did they put you in a box?
Well, that's just part of the POW training that you go through.
Okay. And when you say you were 5 years old and you started having symptoms, what exactly does that mean? What were those symptoms?
I would steal my sister's clothes and dress up, and then be scolded for, you know, that being a terrible thing, and boys don't do that, and lots of gender envy. So, like, just seeing women and just being envious of them.
So now I'm going to ask you questions about the penis-vagina thing.
All right.
Which I find so interesting because you can come right now.
Fuck yeah.
Right. That sounds a lot like me. So you can come. Now, help me to understand, because I'm just like, it's like I'm blind to it, right? Sorry, D-Madness. But I just simply don't understand the idea of giving up coming forever to have just a physical thing. Can you kind of like help me to understand that?
It's so advanced now. Most people can still come afterwards.
You can come with a depth vagina?
Hell yeah.
Wow.
And there's butt coming, too. Tom.
Butt coming.
Yeah.
Butt coming has entered the chat. Thanks to our senior butt coming correspondent, Brian Redband. Butt coming, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Is there a percentage of possible failure with the in-depth vagina?
I've probably, like I said, I just started shopping recently, so.
Right. An interesting thing. So, Joe Ellis. So, what are you doing now? Now that you're out of the military, what's your new plan?
Well, I do IT to pay the bills, and I've been a fan of comedy since I was a teenager. Vicious Circle, Dane Cook era was huge to me, and just Richmond, where I'm from, gets a lot of great comedians. Tom Segura, Louis C.K. coming through this year, and I always go to shows, and I was like, oh, I would love to try that sometime. But until the crash rumor happened, I was nervous.
So that's real. So that crash
Yes, all that
happened.
was
There was
real.
a female pilot of the Black Hawk helicopter, and someone started a conspiracy theorist that the female was actually trans and that it was on
A
purpose.
DEI hire.
Wow. And that was you.
That was me.
And you got doxxed for that.
Yep. And now I'm suing in federal court.
Wow. Who are you suing? The news outlet that reported that?
Matt Wallace.
Okay.
On X or Twitter.
Wow. Amazing. That's incredible. And he must have done no research. He just heard it and ran with it, or researched you and looked you up and just threw you under the bus.
First one to tie my likeness to the rumor. We don't know if he started the rumor, but he had millions of followers. He did the most, what we can determine as damage. So, and because I was a private person, I didn't really have a social media following or anything. I think it's a good case.
Were you already fired from the military just before that, or did that happen all at once?
It kind of all happened at once. The executive order came out, which meant it was coming, but I was still, serving. And then the crash happened that week, and then I was named as the pilot.
Okay, let me ask you this. When you started taking the female hormones and everything like that, did you notice yourself kind of becoming a less tough soldier? Does that kind of make sense?
It makes sense.
Sore?
Or do you nag a lot?
Yeah.
I mean,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have woken Osama bin Laden up from a nap.
But I was still mentally tough. Like I'm still mostly me. Like
Did it make you more emotional?
at first, and then I got stable on them in a few months, and I was good to go.
But you were in the military for a few months on medicine, feeling kind of unstable.
Not unstable, no, just emotional. you know.
Right.
So I was grounded from flying during that time, and then put back into service afterwards. I was deployable within 6 weeks.
Hell yeah.
So
Okay. So interesting. And what types of things over your 16 years of military service have you done? Did you go to the Middle East?
I did. So before I became a warrant officer and a pilot a few years ago, I was a mechanic on helicopters, and I doubled as a door gunner on the UH-60 during Iraq in 2011. So I was a door gunner.
Hell yeah. Wow. And now you're about to bunker bust your dick off. That's incredible. This is absolutely amazing.
Speaking of that, if I could urge you once again to just keep the beautiful gift God gave you.
At least for one more night.
Yeah.
ColecoVision?
Red Band, just don't do that anymore. Okay. So, Joe Ellis, explain to us what you want to do stand up full time now. Do you live here in Austin?
I do not. I live in Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia. Okay. That must be a tough place for a trans person to live. Am I right? You kind of get stared at a lot? Something like that?
I get stared at everywhere I go. I'm tall. I'm all these things.
Exactly.
No, Richmond is actually like a blossoming queer community. You'd be surprised.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. What's your type? This could be anything right here. What is the person that your type that you're most attracted to?
Yeah, I mean, I lean towards women, but since transitioning, I have tried, men.
So you're kind of a lesbian.
Kind of. I've got some stories.
A lesbian with a penis.
Built-in strap-on.
Oh, I got a story about that.
Absolutely incredible. Like, what is a story? When you say you have stories, I agree with John Dees, I do believe it was on this. Who said that? Let's hear it. Yes.
Since I've tried it all now, since coming out, lesbian women have been interesting because some of them like that I have a dick, and some of them don't. And some of them are like, "Oh, I'd rather use toys or whatever." And I've got skills; I can do that. But one time, this one girl handed me, it was in a box, it was a toy, and it was a fucking strap-on. And I was like,
yeah.
It was offensive because it didn't have like vibrations or lasers or any cool shit. It was like as if I went and got mine made into one. And I was like, I mean, I still fucked her with it.
Wow. That's incredible. So you put it above your penis and just...
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's great if you want to do like DP, like double penetration.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Red Band is in his glory right now. I don't think I've ever seen him more happy.
Talk about that on stage. That's hilarious.
Also,
Yeah.
Joe, speaking of toys, I have what's called a ColecoVision. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but I'd be happy to show you.
That's for zero penetration.
Joe Ellis, I like your style. You're getting a big joke book. There's a black one. How about that? Boom.
Now
Joe
don't go,
Ellis. Oh, she catches like a woman, everybody. The transition is happening. Catches like a real woman, not like a guy that was in the military for 16 years, but like a brand new female.
Now, I'm going to hand this to you, but you need to promise you're not going to try to turn this into a little joke book.
I promise.
That's funny.